If you want to play blues riffs, this is the video for you. Let's dig into it. What's going on, y'all? My name is Gregory Ajid, and today I wanted to share one of the best ways to start your improvisation journey, and that's by improvising over a riff. Let's do it. If you want to learn more about improvisation and take your first improvised solo, please consider joining my Improv 101 to 12 Bar Blues course. The course comes with over 30 pre-recorded videos. You can watch all the videos at your leisure. The videos are, of course, accompanied by sheet music and me playing all of the examples. If you want to take the course, you can register today at www.jazzclarinetacademy.com. One of the biggest mistakes I see musicians making on their improvisation journey is that they begin with concepts that are far too complicated. Y'all, keep it simple. When playing music, sometimes playing simple, concrete ideas is the best and most effective way to be a great musician. Simplicity is key. Playing simple ideas that are melodic and in the groove can make you sound like you know what you're doing, even if you have no idea what's going on. When I use the term simple, I am by no means implying easy. Simple and easy are not the same thing. And I know a lot of us have this internalized idea that I don't want people to know that I am a beginner. Therefore, I don't want to play simple or easy ideas. Simple does not mean easy. Simple is actually extremely effective. When we're improvising, we should always strive for effective. Simple ideas are extremely effective. We can't talk about jazz improvisation without acknowledging the blues. And one of the most fundamental aspects of the blues is this idea of a riff. What is a riff? Y'all, a riff is a short melodic phrase repeated in the groove. A riff is a short melodic phrase repeated in the groove. A riff is a short melodic phrase repeated in the groove, repeated in the groove, repeated in the groove, repeated in the groove. Short melodic phrase repeated in the groove. I was riffing right there. I'm a genius. Being a great improviser is about using the tools that you have in that moment to take effective solos. You can sound like a pro if you're using simple ideas effectively. Louis Armstrong, Duke Ellington, Charlie Parker, Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, all of these musicians have used riffs to create extremely beautiful and killing music. If it's good enough for Michael Jackson, it's good enough for me. If it's good enough for Duke Ellington, y'all, it's good enough for me and it's good enough for you. Let's dig into this idea of a riff. A riff is simply a short melodic phrase repeated in the groove. And I want to emphasize short melodic phrase, and we have to repeat that phrase over and over. The foundation of being a great musician and improviser is rhythm and melody. Riffs are all about rhythm and melody. The first thing we should do is go ahead and just count out some measures of music just to make sure we can feel the time. Go ahead and count this out with me. A 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A 1, 2, 3, 4. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Amazing, y'all. We can feel the time. And just for the record, that's half the battle. I'm going to grab my clarinet. When riffing, I like to use the minor pentatonic scale. And today we're going to use the C minor pentatonic scale. C, E flat, F, G, B flat, C. 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, 8. There are many different ways we can create riffs. Yes, of course, we can make up our own riffs, but it's also really effective to steal riffs from other musicians. If you hear something you like, take it, make it your own. We don't need to reinvent the wheel here. If it ain't broke, don't break it. Amateurs borrow and artists steal. So today we're going to steal some great riffs. Check out this one measure riff. The riff simply is flat 3, 1, 5, flat 7, 1, with a little fall on the 1. E flat, C, G, B flat, C. I'm going to play it one more time, and then let's sing it together. Let's go ahead and sing that time feel, and when we feel comfortable, we'll go ahead and sing the riff over our time. Check this out. 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Shwee dee doo ba doo bow. A wee dee boo ba doo ow. 2, 3, 4. Shwee dee boo ba doo bow. 2, 3. Shwee dee doo ba doo ow. 2, 3, 4. If you noticed, I actually transformed the lick into a 2-measure phrase. I played 1 measure of the riff, and then I left 1 measure of rest. Now, if I played it back to back with no rest, it would sound like this. Shwee dee doo ba doo ba dee dee boo ba doo ba dee dwee boo ba doo dwee bwee doo ba doo ba dwee bwee. That's not really happening right there. So sometimes adding some rest can make a riff extremely effective. Y'all, don't shy away from space. Let's go ahead and play that riff on our instrument while we're internalizing that time feel. A 1, a 2, 2, 3, Y'all, that sounds really good. It's a complete musical idea. We're playing it with authority. We're playing it with good time. We're articulating the melody clearly. Y'all, that's grooving. Just from this 1 measure phrase, we can create a bunch of variations. Let's see if you can hear what I'm doing. Check it out. 1, a 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. That's right. I've shortened the phrase to only include the first note, and it's still grooving. At this point, you can make your own artistic decisions. Because I was only playing the first note of that riff, I could repeat the riff every measure instead of doing it every 2 measures. Let your ear and the groove guide you through this process. Play what sounds good. Let's go ahead and play a 2-note variation. Check this one out. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 3, 3, Now I'll go ahead and play the first 3 notes of the riff. Check this out. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, Still grooving. It sounds great. Let's go ahead and play the first 4 notes of the riff. Check it out. A 1, a 2, While we're at it, let's go ahead and play 5 notes. A 1, a 2, At this point, you can make your own artistic decision as to what sounds best. Do you want it to be a 1-measure phrase? Do you want it to be a 2-measure phrase? It's really up to you. Let your ear and the groove guide you. We can take all of those variations internalize the time within ourselves, and then we can freely improvise using those variations. A one, a two, uh, uh, uh. We can do the same thing by leaving off notes in the beginning of the measure. So instead of playing the riff starting on beat 1, we could actually start the riff starting on beat 2. Check this one out. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. We could leave off the first 2 beats of the riff. Check this one out. A 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Let's leave off the first 3 notes. Check this one out. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, By subtracting notes from the beginning or the end of the measure, we can essentially create endless variations of one riff. I'm going to go ahead and freely improvise using all of these variations. Check it out. 1, a 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. If you truly want to embody the idea of a riff, take one of those variations and repeat it in the groove. If you want to do a little more improvising, you can take all of those variations and freely mix and match them. All right, y'all, I hope this video helps you on your journey. As always, if you want to show me some love, give me a like, hit the subscribe button. You can give me a super thanks. You can visit my website, download some PDFs, and if you're so inclined, please consider joining my Improvisation 101 course, www.jazzclarinetacademy.com. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.